Hi, I'm Erin Shanahan. I am an actress. I came to see Dr Mo after 8 years of undiagnosed pain. I was getting localised pain around my eye. It would sort of go into my face, it would go into my back, the back of my head, it would go down my neck. Didn't have any injury. It just came on from nowhere. I tried different consultants, I went down the ENT route, I went down neurology, musculoskeletal. I had therapy. I had CBT over it because the pain was so intense and invisible, and it just got me so down. What I was sort of left with different consultants was, you might just have a pain condition. So all my tests will come back clear: blood tests, MRI scans, eye tests, ENT, every sort of test that I could have, both privately or through the NHS. I mean, I was so skint at the time, and I was throwing as much money as I could just to try and get answers. And then over the years, the pain would get worse and it would start to spread. So it would then go down into my neck, it would go into my back, it would go under my right shoulder blade. It would then cross into my face, it would go into my nose, it would be in my teeth. I'm thinking, oh my gosh, I'm in my 30s. I know, don't look it. And I have a chronic pain condition, and there's absolutely no reason for it. And I went through a very dark depression with it. Like, say, at the end of a job when you're hugging people, it was like these big hugs, and I'd be hugging them going, oh God, ow, 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 ow. But you can't say that, or no one will ever hug you. So I was like, thank you, love you. So this year I'm on a job, an acting job, and the lead of the show, her name is Marsha Thompson, she's the lead of ITV's The Bay. I'm saying, you end up sort of sharing, and I've got this and I've got that, and actually, it's really bad, and you need to see a chiropractor. And because I was so protective, sort of my face and my neck and my back, the thought of seeing a chiropractor was just, why would I want to see someone who's going to contort and twist and crack? And I felt so fragile that the thought of seeing a chiropractor had never crossed my mind before. She said, oh my God, you need to see Dr Mo. Put a word in. Dr Mo was very busy and was so gracious and gorgeous, and got back in touch, and I felt incredibly safe, even, just moving my head and going, oh, it hurts there, it hurts there. Oh my gosh, it was like finding switches that no one else had ever been able to find before. And he just knew straight away, because he's so skilled and it's what he does, but it still fascinates me that he was able to look at my alignment, and just from sort of manipulating the odd thing here and there, and I say the odd thing because I don't know the science behind it or what's happening, even though he explains it as he does it. I'm just swearing. Because it's the shock, it's the, but it doesn't hurt, it's weird, it's just the, oh gosh, that happened, and you're giving complete trust to someone from something I'd been so protective over for so long. And the first session was like a miracle, and then give me exercises to do at home to maintain it. Really, really easy things that I can do every single day on my own. I've been shown the correct way to do it, so you're not having to book an appointment each time to do it. You can actually just do it yourself to maintain it. And my quality of life has gone from, oh my gosh, I can feel myself getting teary then. I went from, I'm in my 30s and have a chronic pain condition and no one can find what it is, and I just have to accept it, to actually, I'm okay. I've found the switch, the key. Well, Dr Mo found it. But I then went from a depressed, chronic pain and hiding it, no one would know, to waking up in the morning, there's no pain, there's no burning sensation, there's no like crushing pain in my face, in my neck, in my back. There were days where I was having complete pain-free days, and I started working out properly again. I was able to do a theatre show this year. I don't think I would have been, I've not told you that, I don't think I would have been able to do the show without you. And it was very physically demanding. It was 1 hour 50 straight through, no breaks. My body and my mind wouldn't have been able to do that before seeing Dr Mo, because I just would have been in agony, and my body would have just seized up, and I physically and mentally would not have been able to do it. I don't know, it feels like a second chance. It feels like you think your life is going to be one way, and you have this condition now, and you just have to live with it, and you're just always a bit less than you used to be, a bit more withdrawn. You're in pain, I remember being at a wedding and my friend was like, come on, dance, and it was after lockdown, we should have all been up dancing. And I was in so much pain, and I just, you make up a lie going, oh no, I'm drunk or whatever, but the truth was, I was in agony, and I couldn't dance at a wedding. And it just felt so unfair, because no one could find anything. A lot of times when certainly with acting, you do a health form, and you have to say, do you have any pre-existing conditions? And I would lie on health forms, because I had this unexplained pain condition, and I didn't want to miss out on work, or for someone to not employ me because they wouldn't be able to insure, because it's never personal, it just comes down to the insurance. So I would just grin and bear it and be in agony, and I mean agony with a camera on a close-up, and I want to cry because it's like electric shocks going off in my body, and it would be a burning sensation sort of all up my neck, down my back, all in my face. It would then affect my sinus, I'd get nosebleeds, everything was dry. It's like my body wasn't working, and I would just have to work through it. As a self-employed person, you don't get sick pay. You know, I just had to carry on through it. And again, being told, oh, you just have this. We don't know what it is, but you just have it. You can manage it with painkillers. I had no choice but to go on because there was no diagnosis. So I had a pain condition, but it was unexplained. And then of course there's the whole, well, it can't be real because only you're feeling it and we can't find anything causing it. And that's really, really difficult because you feel like maybe it is in your head and you're manifesting it. And that's really, really difficult. I felt so validated when Dr. Mo could literally feel it and see it. Oh yeah, you will feel that because this is out. And yeah, and then all of a sudden I can work and I'm not in pain. So when I have lapses, it's like, it's fine, I'll sort it. I'll see Dr. Mo, it'll be fine. Or I can just be at home and do my own exercises. All that fear's removed and I don't feel like I'm made of glass anymore. When I first came to see Dr. Mo, he was very realistic about what he could and couldn't offer. I mean, I'm lucky that I had such an incredible result, but he was very realistic in what he knew he could improve and what he hoped to improve, but couldn't guarantee it. So because there was problems with facial pain, neck pain, back pain, he was confident in, well, I can help with your back and help with your neck. But in terms of the face, he couldn't promise that he could get rid of all of that because it could be something that his treatment maybe can't access. And I'd said to him, you know, look, even if I get 10% improvement, that will feel like 100% to me, because when we're desperate and in pain, the thought of someone saying, I'll take 10% of that away, you would do anything. So I'm a bright and bubbly and positive, fun person, I like to think. And I felt like my pain condition dampened it and took that away because it became so exhausting pretending it wasn't there or putting on a brave face. And being told that there was nothing that could be done from different doctors and that I just had it and I have to manage it, I thought, oh no, that's going to be me now. That zest has gone, that joie de vivre has gone. And I was angry and I was told this is it. And there was also no reason why or explanation or diagnosis of why it would go either. It would come and it would go. And when it would come, it could last for 6 months and then it could go for 6 months. I'd moved into a house and I was decorating. I'd bought my first home and I was painting the ceiling and all of a sudden I felt pain and I panicked and dropped the roller. I burst into tears, called for my partner. And you know what should be like a really exciting moment, oh, decorating my first home. And I just froze and went into complete panic because I thought, oh, it's happened, it's come back, it's come back. And it's really scary. Or someone hugs you too tight and then my back goes and then my neck goes. And so you feel like you're walking around like you are made of glass. So Dr. Mo gave me some very simple but incredibly effective exercises to do at home. So before you do any of the exercises, you need to make sure your posture's correct. Otherwise, you're strengthening incorrect positions, which is what you don't want to do. So to find sort of your best posture, as it were, and either he told me this to wind me up because I look ridiculous, or this is how you're supposed to do it. So you sort of put your hands on your chest, and then you're going to take your chin back as far as possible. It was a wind up.
Don't do that.
So you take your chin back, and you're basically going to see how many double chins you can get. So you take it all the way back. So obviously that's far overextended, and then just release it slightly. And it should just fall into a natural position. So you're not pushing it forward, you're not straining it. It's sort of like pull and release. So a really simple one I'll do in this position is to take, I sort of do it that way. You can do it that way as well. And you're not going to push on your forehead, but you're going to create resistance between the forehead and the palm. So as you sort of try to push your forehead slightly, you will meet that resistance. So I can feel it contracting there. And that helps build up these muscles and strengthens the neck. Then you can come to this side. So gently, not pushing, like you really don't need to. Sort of you're cupping your face almost. And again, rather than pushing and pushing, just meet the resistance here and you'll feel it strengthen down the neck as well. So you should be able to see tension there. But you're not pushing that way, you're not pushing into the hand, it's controlled, and all you need to feel is resistance, and that's it, and then sort of building up the muscles. Another part of it is, rather than a push, there's like a turn. So again, it's a resistance, but rather than meeting the resistance here, and you'll probably feel it more in the lower faces, trying to turn into it, and then you'll feel that down different areas. So again, you're not really pushing, it's just go this way again. And sometimes I reset myself to make sure I've not pushed into a different direction. So I'll do all the chins. Again, imagine if this was a wind up, and then release. So you're back in that position again. I use 2 arms, so I feel even, if that makes sense. So back of the head, I'll stand this way so I'm not blocking. And it's sort of It's the same. You're not pushing backwards. You're not pushing forward with your hands. You're just trying to create a little bit of resistance. And I can feel that all down my neck.
All right, breathe in. Breathe out.
Oh, bags. Sorry. There we go. Bags. You can bleep, but you know it's real. Oh, that was a biggie.
How did it feel?
Amazing.